Kabunga! Hello there, fellow bagels. Today we shall review 10 games that are so bad they're almost good. What games do you think are gonna be reviewed here? What games, guys? I'm excited. Is it perhaps Solitaire or Minesweeper? No, these are the OG games. I know.
Some games we play because we love. Some games we don't play because we hate. And some games are just so bad, they're good. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on GameRanks, 10 games so awful, they're actually good. Number 10, we have South Park Nintendo 64. Do you remember when Acclaim made
South Park Nintendo 64, guys. Have you ever had anybody playing this game in the first place? What the hell is this?
a South Park game in 1998? Now you might have played this game
it's 3D.
thinking it was good. I did. There weren't really a lot of first-person shooters at the time, and it was a South Park game where they talked. This was obviously over 20 years ago, though, and
So are you fighting about a bunch of turkeys? That's it? That's what you do the whole
I
game?
don't think I was old enough to understand some of the flaws of this game. It's kind of really weird that it was a first-person shooter at all. I mean, it's funny you're throwing urine snowballs at turkeys, but what? Also, the turkeys are not a good enemy. They're not smart. The AI is terrible in this game. There's no stakes. And, well, let's just go ahead and say, like, it was before it was possible to make a game that actually looked like South Park, unless you made, like, a 2D game, and they were like, no, we're making a first-person shooter. And, like I said, it was a Nintendo 64 game, so it was on a cartridge, so it had very limited storage, so there wasn't a lot of voice acting, and yet...
There were no voice acting, which is the whole point of a South Park game in the first place. Like, if you see the newer games, the Stick of Truth, I played that one, they have a lot of voice acting.
You heard voices talking very often, so as you might be able to expect, it was pretty repetitive. If you watch Madsen and Trey Parker talk about the Fractured But Whole game,
yeah,
they
the Fractured
did not
But
love
Whole
the first attempts at South Park games, and they decided that they basically had to be involved with it, otherwise it was going to be bad. But it did have the effect of being so bad, like everything was kind of lazy and weird in a way that it was super endearing and fun, even though it maybe wasn't good. Number 9 is Star Wars Masters of Terrascasi.
I don't know about
I'm saying that correct. Like, do you remember when there was so many Star Wars games you didn't know what to do? And they were all like, yeah, let's touch on that expanded
I played this
universe
one, it's
stuff.
pretty cool.
There were Star Wars platformers, Star Wars racing games, and this was a Star Wars fighting game. On paper,
wow.
that sounds amazing. And
yeah,
in
it
truth,
does.
Back in the day, I remember getting a demo of this game and thinking it was cool as hell. But when you go back to it, it's like, maybe I didn't really know what a good fighting game was. Maybe I kind of just thought the lightsabers were really cool to have in a fighting game. Like, it is one of the slowest fighting games. It was slow to play, and if you watch it, ooh, is it slow to watch. Go and look at some videos of this game. It is yikes. Every single aspect of this game is super sluggish, from attacking to blocking to especially the movement. Oh my god. You know how Jedi are fast? Not in Star Wars Masters of Terrascasi. Like, it had really good graphics, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that.
Yeah, bro, these graphics, I don't know why it reminds me of Tekken so much. It's so nostalgic looking at this. By the way, I had a PS1 back in the days with Tekken 1, and I had other games as well. But when people came to my house, they were like, "Bro, we gotta play Tekken. That's the craziest game I've ever seen, bro." The whole city where I lived in, not the capital, they were like, "This is insane, dog. This is insane." And that lasted for many years. It was crazy.
And had Mara Jade Skywalker as an unlockable character. Is the core gameplay quote-unquote good? Nah, not really. But I mean,
Hey, I mean, for a Star Wars fan, they're gonna gobble it up, aren't they? They're gonna gobble it up. I don't think this is so bad that it's almost good. It's just bad, but the graphics are okay-ish.
lightsaber
for the time.
awesome, and again,
And I like the fact that you have the health bar as a you know, lightsaber. That's pretty creative, right?
Mara Jade Skywalker, who is now rendered nothing by the entire Star Wars canon, is a playable character in this game. Number 8 is Shaq Fu. What do I need to say about Shaq Fu? Okay. So Shaq liked Mortal Kombat, right? And
Shaq Fu. Where is this going? Where is this going? What am I looking at? What is this?
and like
Shaq
got
Fu?
in touch with people and they wanted to make a game with him, so they made Shaq Fu, which is Shaquille O'Neal finding himself in a dojo and forget basketball, he has to save a kid from an evil mummy in a fighting tournament. Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go. Space Jam.
You
But instead Kung Fu.
know what basketball stars normally do. This game was bad. And when people say, like, is this game as bad as people say? Yeah. The
Why?
controls were not just bad, but, like, awkward. Like, you don't want to describe controls as awkward, but they were awkward.
I like the animations though, it looks pretty cool. It reminds me for some reason of the Lion King game. Do you remember the Lion King game? That game was hard, bro. Never managed to pass the, I don't know, second level. I don't even know if I reached that. Oh, that was painful.
Clunky and strange and didn't do what you thought they would do. They didn't really respond like the game it drew inspiration from, Mortal Kombat, at all. And everybody was really small. Like, I mean, on the screen, they were tiny.
Yeah,
it
they
was
were.
more like a beat 'em up than a fighting game, because at that point, again, Mortal Kombat
does
kind of
look
created
like
the
it.
expectation of larger fighters on the screen. And in every aspect, it's a simplistic, uninspired, awkward fighting game that sometimes looked kind of good, but on the whole,
It does.
is just so
I mean,
ridiculous
for
and
the time. Think
outlandish.
about the
And
time.
When you play it, that's what's good about it. It's not the game.
Who is this
It's the
character?
fact that
Aladdin?
It's a game. It shouldn't be.
Versus
in every single
Green Man?
moment of the game.
The Green
you're
Man?
thinking, wow, this should not be.
And those are all
oddly
enemies. Those are all enemies of Shaq. Okay, sure.
enough, that makes it fun. Number 7 is Sonic 2006. I don't.
Guys. Come on, why are you hating? Look, I get it. 90% of the game was loading screens. But this was the first game. They introduced my boy, Silver, who was greatest Sonic character ever. Him and Shadow, okay? Okay. But Silver, I gotta say, his design is peak. As a Sonic fan, I saw it when I was a kid. I was like, yo, who's this character? He's so fucking awesome. He has psychokinetic powers. That's pretty crazy. And he can learn to do chaos control like Shadow, guys. I know the lore. And the cinematics for this game, bro. At that time, I was like, whoa, I'm watching a movie. Holy shit. Now, when I seen the reviews, I was like, really? The issue is I could not get my hands on this game because I didn't have Xbox, whatever the fuck.
know if we can detail every reason.
They need to make a remake of this game. Low key, they need to make a remake of this game.
Why Sonic 2006 is bad but good here. But let's start with the fact
Look at the cinematics, boy.
he's basically
2006.
in love with a human woman. I'm not
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about Sonic being having a crush on this lady.
sure how to say it otherwise,
Oh.
because every single aspect of the story basically points us towards them being in a relationship. They never actually explicitly say anything.
Oh yeah, they never explicitly say jump forward to them kissing. Peak. This is cinema right here. This and Pikachu talking. Which one is worse? I don't know. I'm just thinking in the background. You see, where is Amy in the background trying to fucking knock this bitch's head with her hammer because she's trying to steal her boy Sonic from her ass. No, not allowed.
Anything like that, but I mean, and this was a year before B-Movie. You can't even say they were like copying B-Movie.
B-Movie is copying Sonic 2006, okay, that's how it goes. Also, B-Movie, come on, bro. Jerry Seinfeld, iconic in this movie. So stupid.
Weird, like, animal-human relationship. Oh yeah, and the controls for the game and the level design and the character models and the graphics and the
The graphics weren't that bad. It was 2006.
story and the everything. Just nothing about this game is good. It's so bad, and it's not even like complete. Like the finished product is not even vaguely a finished product. Sure, it has all the content in it, but it is perhaps one of the buggiest messes that has ever been constructed and released to the public. At least.
But if there weren't bugs, think about it. Think about it. It would be a solid average game. I'm just saying.
By a studio that has the means not to do that. Oh, and the voice acting is laughably bad. So as
Oh, come on. I don't know about it, bro. I watched all the cutscenes, bro, at the time. Hey, as a kid, no issues there.
you can't get through the poorly constructed levels because they're not just poorly constructed, they're also coded badly, and nothing works. I mean, I don't know what Sega was thinking, and that makes me love it. It's genuinely like playing some sort of proof of concept, where like they got like people in the office.
Look at
to do
this,
the
it's so
voices
good.
because they knew
You go
they'd
through
have to change
the
it
red
eventually.
rings,
and
and you needed to do it in a time. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Right.
Oh, look at this!
Yet
Look at this!
This is the state that they
Oh,
plugged
1,000
all of
bucks.
the content into and burnt it to a bunch of discs and sold it to people for $60. It's amazing. Number 6.
$60 is a fucking crime. Sonic, not $60. Sonic 2006. If it was 20, people wouldn't be complaining that much.
This is Night Trap. Good old
What
Night
is
Trap.
this?
I'm sure basically everybody who was alive during the 1990s is
Oh, what is this? Is this a game for Home Alone? It's peak. I just looked 10 seconds, it's peak, probably, right?
somehow aware of this, either from playing it or the re-release that was done a while back. It's probably one of the most cheesy and campy games ever, and that's the reason why it's so bad it's good. It's not well acted, it's not well written. You're a member of a fictional police force that's watching live surveillance footage of a house, and you have to protect the house guests from vampires that look like ninjas.
What? Bro, those are vampires? I was like, these are the people from Home Alone that try to get the kid, right? Oh. Ninjas. Where? What?
I don't know what to say to you. That's the game.
Why vampires, though? Why vampires?
It's really weird. And it was the subject of a United States congressional hearing about violence in video games.
They gave this example. Vampires as ninjas, dressed as ninjas, they come into your house and you gotta put them through all the Home Alone shenanigans. Oh no, this is a big issue, guys. This game out there. Our children, they'll become felons after they play this game. I'm telling you, man. We gotta stop those kids putting their hands on these goddamn games, man.
Do, cause you know.
Grow Garden on Roblox. Go ahead and play that. Also, a lot of issues with Roblox in general, so keep that in mind.
No, ninja vampires are the worst thing I can think of. Senators claimed that Night Trap was violent, promoted aggression towards women, and could be used alongside Mortal Kombat as examples of violence.
Holy shit! Oh yes. Let me guess. The hearing that they did for this. I guess everybody was past 60 years old, so they had no fucking clue what they were talking about in the first place. Goddamn geezers.
In video games. Now, sure, Mortal Kombat was pretty violent, but Night Trap is dumb. It's silly looking.
Look at this.
It has no real violence in it. Nothing that looks realistic, even by Mortal Kombat standards. Has no nudity. And maybe it doesn't have the best attitude towards women, but I'm not so sure.
Look at this! This is some... God, this would be a show that I would watch as a kid, bro. Like, what was it? God, I'm forgetting the name of the... Teletubbies. The hell is this, man?
Sure that it really deserved attention at all. Nowadays, things like Grand Theft Auto
Oh,
and
no.
still Mortal Kombat are way more violent than Night Trap was. Weirdly enough, Night Trap kind of had a hand in getting the ESRB
Oh, I like how he's walking in the most goofbally way possible. What the hell?
created. So while the game itself is goofy as hell, it actually did have a pretty big part in video game history. Number 5 is Garfield Kart. I'm just going to repeat that name, Garfield Kart.
Garfield Kart. How did I not hear about Garfield Kart? What the hell? And I've played some fucking goofy card games. I've played Lego Racers. That's not a goofy card game. That's the pick. Then you have Wacky Racers. Does anyone remember the show? Wacky Racing. Oh man, they had a game for it. That was also really good. I've played Tank Racer. Yeah, you play as a tank and you're racing. It's pretty cool. I know. But I haven't. I've played one with where you. Then one that is very very old. The where you are like some goddamn rats, and you're playing that game, and it's isometric. It's very weird. Also, Sonic Racing. Let's not forget about Sonic Racing. Sonic R. I managed to find a way. Me and my friend, when we were playing at the time, how to unlock the characters, and the best one designed there is by far Knuckles bot. They have a the Sonic version bot, and then you have Knuckles and Tails. The Knuckles looking one, they should make that character canon. I'm just saying.
Garfield Kart.
Look at this, beautiful. Those graphics are no bad.
Isn't gonna go down in history as one of the greats, let's say, or maybe even go down in history at
The
all.
graphics look pretty good.
So bad, it's terribly optimized. It runs like a big piece of dog crap. And let's say you were to go ahead and make the frame rate acceptable and stop the crashes. The controller support, I don't know. Maybe you can tell from my tone here that it's just like, this is a game. I don't know if you've ever played this. You know that it's not really as bad as people who think that Nintendo should be the only company making kart games thinks, but it's bad.
No way. You cannot say that. Like, play Lego Racing and then Lego Racers and then tell me that. Play Sonic R and then maybe you shouldn't play Sonic R, but still, Lego Racers. I'm just saying that game is peak. They should make a remake of that. Not 2. I'm not talking about Lego Racers 2. That's a shit show. Lego Racers 1 though, peak.
I think that though, I would say it is bad. At least it isn't really trying to say that it's something different. Like Garfield Kart. That's the description of the game.
Where is the lasagna character? So that Garfield, whenever he hits him, he says, I hate lasagna. And where is the Monday character? I'll do you one better. Where is the Monday character? When he hits him and, destroys him with the power up, he says, I hate Mondays.
Get it, right? That's it. Everything you expect when I say the words Garfield Kart, that's it. And for whatever...
Like, there is only one character two characters, no, 3 characters that we care in Garfield. We care about Garfield, we care about the caretaker, I think his name is Tom, and the third character is the doggo. That's it. How can you make a fucking racing car with only these 3 characters?
For whatever reason, that kind of makes it better. I mean, over time, some bugs that reviews talked about...
I mean, it doesn't look bad. But if it was released recently, then for sure it's garbage. But if it was released, I don't know, in 2004, 2005, I will even go so far to say 2006. It's not that bad.
But we're fixed. So if you're wanting to get into Garfield Kart, it's a better experience now. It's got a multiplayer beta. But, I mean, it's less than $1, so I don't really know what you have to lose.
$1, hey. Hey.
Like I said, it's Garfield Kart, and you know exactly what that is from the words Garfield and Kart. Number 4 is 50 Cent, Blood on the Sand, and yes, you say it, 50 Cent, not 50 Cent. It is actually the sequel to 50 Cent Bulletproof. Yes, there are 2 games starring...
I played one game with 50 Cent, it was on PlayStation Portable. Wasn't bad at all. 50 Cent goes crazy, bro, on those gang members, not gonna lie, bro. You think he's just good for, singing, but he can also shoot people real bad in video games. I'm just in video games, okay?
50. And Bulletproof was a little better than the sequel, to be completely honest. It was kind of grounded in reality a bit.
Bro, grounded in reality. That's what 50 Cent does on a daily basis. He uses a guy as a shield.
It was about 50.
And gets shot 100 times.
Trying to get revenge on the hitmen that tried to take him out. If you recall, 50 Cent has actually been shot in the chest. Blood on the Sand, on the other hand, a promoter in the Middle East who hired 50 Cent to do a show refuses to pay him, but after being threatened offers a skull covered in diamonds. That skull is stolen by terrorists, and 50 Cent and G-Unit have to get it back, which, I mean, I don't know.
The plot of a blockbuster, am I right? Or am I, like, aren't you gonna watch this movie? Probably not, but hey, if you would, you'll have some fun.
How that's what you come up with after kind of a revenge fantasy about being shot in the chest for real. I mean, the game itself actually isn't terrible as far as controls. It's a fairly solid Gears of War type cover shooter, but it is absurd. It is that, like, there is no excuse for that story to exist. It's just, there isn't one. It's one of those games where you're just like happy something so goofy can exist.
It's nice.
Even happier that it's not the worst thing you've ever played controls wise, but every other aspect of it is just silly. It functions as a parody of itself and is enjoyable for that.
Oh my god, you're fighting Bo Jesus. That's crazy. 50 Cent, shoot that motherfucker.
Reason. Number 3 is Rogue Warrior. Like, let's start off
Rogue
saying this
Warrior
game is kind of mediocre.
Oh, look at my bearded boy killing those. I guess they're supposed to be Soviets.
It's a really generic FPS. It has got a silly story, and the gameplay is It's kind of boring. It's uninspired. I don't know that I would say it's the worst thing ever, but I would say that it's the most unremarkable games I've possibly ever seen. I would call it bad, but not the worst. So why is it even interesting at all?
Yeah.
Well, let's ask Mr. Mickey Rourke, voice of the player character.
Okay.
I do not know whose idea it was to make, of all people, Mickey Rourke throw around cheesy Duke Nukem style one-liners, but every 30 seconds you get that. And the writer apparently...
Can I get an example, please? I need the investigation is not complete until we need to get to the bottom of this.
Just learned curse words because they were like, ah, gonna bring in the cursing. Like, every other word is a curse word, and sometimes, like, it's mainly curse words. And yes, it is actually that bad, and it's like, I don't have a problem with curse words. I almost think that, like, this person just really wanted to hear Mickey Rourke curse a lot. This game is also apparently based on a book that a real Marine wrote about his own life, and I need to read.
I'm sure that a real Marine went into headquarters of the Soviets and they just killed like 5,000 of them. A small number of 5,000. Yes, you know, I mean Rambo compared to me. Rambo is a fictional character. I am real. And I killed tenfold more people. I'm just saying. No scratches, by the way.
That book. Like, I haven't thought about this game in years. And it was during the course of this that I found out it was about a book. And I just want to read that book desperately at the moment.
What is the book?
Number 2 is Deadly Premonition, which is one of the trickier games on this list. It has a cult following. It's basically because it's a really quirky game. It's a horror detective adventure game from the PS3, Xbox 360 era, and I think the people that like it know that it's really, like, kind of not good, and they kind of embrace it because it's ultra cheesy, like, beyond. The game kind of doesn't embrace it. So one minute there's this sort of grim murder investigation, and then the next there's like wild pop culture references, cringy dialogue, and jazz saxophones. It's like if a Japanese developer tried to make a Twin Peaks game, but just kinda. Not like really fully embrace everything the show's about, but aesthetically embrace what the show's about.
Stay away
Also,
from her, bro.
The controls, sound, and graphics are obviously low budget and not.
Oh, that zombie look real good. Am I right, guys? They look real crispy.
The biggest
crispy
priority
strips
of the developers, I guess. It's a rough game with some pretty
best
bad
chicken at
controls.
KFC, crispy
there
strips.
Are things about this game that make
Not gonna lie.
literally no sense at all, too. And like the thing is, it's so weird and goofy, and I don't want to insult anybody, but it feels like one of those so bad it's amazing masterpiece type games.
What are you talking,
And
bro?
finally,
The zombies
number 1,
look like
rigs
shit.
Over the road. So when you look at this game, you're playing
Over
as a
the
truck,
road.
and there are
Oh.
very few times that you play as a truck in a racing game. This is one of those times. Also, the physics are very strange. You act in some ways kind of like you're glued to the ground. There's a few ways that you can crash, but very few. I don't know, you may overall just kind of hear somewhat of a
Oh my
hesitance
God.
in my voice. It's because, although I've played this game, this is a game that defies explanation. We are including footage of it, but it cannot properly attribute the feel of the controls, how absolutely numb the AI is. It says it's a racing game. I mean, there is
Where are the other racers in the first place? What the hell?
technically a race going on, but you're not really racing someone or something, or even some code. You're really not doing that. This is, I mean, borderline not a game.
Oh no, don't tell me you're actually having a time trial and they mask it as a racing game with a goddamn truck that can't even jump off the ground for 1 millimeter, man. Fuck that bullshit.
But in the mask of being a game, like, it looks like a game. If you weren't watching a video for more than maybe 30 seconds of it, you would be under the impression that you're looking at a truck driving game. And if you manage to complete the race, you're met with the message that you're a winner. Not you're a winner, you're a winner. And let's be clear, like, all of these things add up to, depending on your perspective, the worst game ever, as many reviewers called it, or the most amusing thing that you've ever seen in your entire life if you play it with some friends. I don't really mean play it with some friends. You can't really do that.
Get drunk first and then play with some friends.
It's a single player game. What games, in your opinion, are so bad, but you can't help but love them? Leave a comment, let us know what you think, and if you like this video, please click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos.
Great success. GG. Yep, there were a few choices that I would find debatable. Also, some of them I have no fucking clue. What games are people playing nowadays? What the hell? Just gonna go ahead and say it. But Sonic 2006, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's a gem, guys. It's a gem. You don't even realize that game is a fucking gem. I'm just saying.